Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got to talk about Richard Sherman retiring after trying to guard Devonta Smith. The Slim Reaper helped retire Hall of Fame Richard Sherman. We also got to talk about Jordan Davis taking a big step in leadership since that 2023 draft class has entered the building. And last but not least, Ray Didinger has high hopes for Nakobe Dean. He compares him to Ray Lewis?
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell so you're notified when I drop a video, go live, or even put out a YouTube short. Let's get right into it. So Victor Williams, go follow him on Twitter and check out his blog, The Liberty Line. He wrote about Devonta Smith playing a huge role in the retirement of Richard Sherman. He pretty much said it only took one snap against Devonta Smith for Richard Sherman to realize his career was over. Now, this is a Hall of Fame player who, at 33, still had some technical abilities, but it was time to retire, and Devonta Smith made sure he knew it. Here's the actual clip on his podcast of him saying it.
I had just came to Tampa, so that was my third game, and we had you on a Thursday night, and Devonta must have ran this comeback, and I had him under control, you know what I mean? I was like, bang, quick jam, like easy, got him under control. He must have stopped, and I tried to stop, and my whole groin said, snap, 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 snap. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you're trying to guard him, you're like, chase him around, like, please don't throw him the ball, please. And our coach is looking at me on the sideline like, hey, you want to come out? You want to come out? I'm like, yeah, but y'all, they're in a hurry up. So I'm like bailing out. I was like, at that moment, I was like, yeah, this is probably my last year. I don't got it for these young dudes right now.
At that moment, he realized it's over. And this was a rookie Devonta Smith. He was getting some help in that game because remember, it was only Quez Watkins and Jalen Reagor on the other side. There was no A.J. Brown. And we seen the elevation in Devonta Smith's game from year one to year two, right? Just the fact that he's putting on that lean muscle. He's still skinny Batman, but I've seen him break a couple tackles, get more yards after the catch in his second year compared to his first. Mind you, the field's open more because you got so many weapons you got to account for, including newly acquired DeAndre Swift. I can't wait to see what this offense looks like. But shout out to Richard Sherman for recognizing what Devonta Smith is as a route runner, right? The stats in the game don't always say how hard it was for the opposing team to stop this player and or a cornerback, right? Because there's so many times where the receiver could win a route, but maybe the quarterback wasn't looking. Or he wins his route, but he was the third option or the second option, or somebody else made a mistake and there was somebody else wide open. So the stats don't always say how hard it is to guard somebody, but Richard Sherman just said that when I guarded Devonta Smith as a rookie, he let me know my time is over. My time is over. Shout out to Richard Sherman. Great career. But let's move over and talk about the Jordan Ramseys, right? So we got Jordan Mailata and Jordan Davis as the judges to the rookies cook-off, right? But I just like the fact that they took a guy like Jordan Mailata and Jordan Davis, who's only going into his second year, but he got to mentor these Philly dogs. He is going to be the future of this D-tackle room, this defensive line alongside of Jalen Carter. And mind you, watch how little Jalen Carter looks when Jordan Davis puts his arm around him. But again, he took over the show. I like these little things because I feel like it's going to just make Jordan Davis play that much harder, come back that much harder. And I like the leadership, in this video that I seen from one Jordan Davis. Let's play it.
You're wondering what I'm doing here? Every year they ask me to judge these rookies' meals, and I do my best to impersonate Gordon Ramsay, so we'll see what happens. What are you expecting today?
I'm expecting a hot mess, honestly.
What's the vision here?
So we're gonna have bacon and we're gonna wrap the asparagus, but we're gonna put the wait. We're gonna put the bacon grease in with the mashed potatoes. It's about to be fire.
Do you think they're playing it safe?
They're not taking risks like I want them to, but as long as it tastes good, I don't have a problem. Sydney, can we get a comment on your?
We working, man. We working.
Oh, excuse me. Tyler, can you tell us about what you're doing with the steak?
I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Oh, whose idea was to bring the pineapple here?
That was Jalen idea.
Jalen Carter, why are you over there?
They are not sharing seasoning. I need to start cooking.
Today we're going to be listening to steak being cooked. Just relax. How much butter did you use in here? Half
That's a block. Hey, clogging the arteries. Let's do it.
Oh, the pineapple was in. The pineapple was right here.
I need a break. I've been working hard, buddy.
That is Hall of Fame top moment right there. May I get a sample?
Yeah.
Are you a kind of guy or are you a
Yeah, that one.
more of a sit and wait kind of guy?
2,000 years later.
What's up with all the flowers? Am I supposed to eat it? You know what this thing?
Why you moving my plate away?
Come on, please.
So it looked like Nolan Smith's team won. Jalen Carter's team got the tray thrown in the garbage. But let's go back real quick. Just want to show you that one scene. I want to pause it there. Let's see.
Hey.
Let's turn off the sound. Bear with me here, guys. Here it is. Hold up. Let's take it back. Hopefully I can pause it right away. My goodness. Jalen Carter is a man amongst boys on the field. Look at Jordan Davis. My goodness. I can't pause it right again, but that's crazy. Again, I like how Jordan Mailata started it. Jordan Davis kind of took it over, and I like that for him. Year one, you got to get acclimated to the NFL. You're going to eventually be asked to play more snaps than you did in college. You got to get your NFL body right. Do this, that, and the third. Now he understands all that, and I really believe the words he said in the offseason, I know what is asked of me. He does. He didn't have to judge this. Now, maybe because his Philly dogs are there, it's easier, but I like the fact that he's stepping up. He's stepping up for these rookies. Whether it's a safety in Sidney Brown, whether it's a D tackle and Jalen Carter, talking to Tyler Steen, I like it. And Jordan Davis needs to be, and I believe will be, an impact player for the Eagles for the next decade. So will Jalen Carter. But it's good to see Jordan Davis filling that role, and I think little things like that go a long way. It's the culture of Philadelphia. Y'all know what I'm going to ask you. Drop the muscle emoji in the comment section. It's the culture. Philly strong. That's just what we do. Now, will the 2023 Eagles' success fall on Nakobe Dean's shoulder? That's a lot to put on one player when it's a whole defense, but let's read a little bit. So it starts out by saying all the people we lost, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, T.J. Edwards, Marcus Epps, Javon Hargrave, right? The guy we brought in, Nicholas Morrow. Then it talks about the offensive losses, and then it says, will the Eagles' success rely on second-year linebacker Nakobe Dean? Talks about Sam Mills being another 5'9" linebacker that played for the Eagles. Ray Didinger talks about, Ray Didinger agrees that a lot's going to be put on Nakobe Dean, and I do agree that a lot, but not the whole success of the Eagles defense, right? They go to talk about what he sees from Sean Desai, the Super Bowl. And again, you can click the link in the description if you want to read the whole article. I'm just not going to read the whole thing. He talks about what great linebackers do, and he mentions Ray Lewis, right? That's not him comparing Ray Lewis to Nakobe Dean necessarily here. He just said what sets the great linebackers apart, like Hall of Fame Ray Lewis, who's listed at 6'1", 250, is their ability to reach the point of attack before the play arrives. Lewis was a great student of the game who studied film and tendencies. He could pick it up and read it before the play unfolds, right? But this is where he decides to make the big claim right here. I was very excited when the Eagles took him last year, meaning Nakobe Dean, in the 3rd round. I didn't think he would drop to the 3rd round. There were some NFL people who thought he was too small. I certainly didn't believe it. If he reminds me of someone, it's Ray Lewis. If he reminds me of someone, it's Ray Lewis. I'm not saying, nor do I mean to compare Nakobe Dean to Ray Lewis, an all-time Hall of Famer, but by the way Dean plays, how instinctive he is, and how he commands, that's what reminds me of Ray Lewis. Nakobe Dean commanded the best college defense I've ever saw. That says a lot. Wherever they put him, to me, he's a natural middle linebacker. He's going to make a lot of plays. You're going to see that with the Eagles. The makings are there for a guy who is going to be a really talented player. If Dean turns out to be the player I think he's going to be, he will be a fan favorite and a guy who plays with a fire and passion like Brian Dawkins. So again, Ray Didinger, a guy who had some complaints about Nakobe Dean's games, but overall said, man, if the Eagles get him, it's a steal in the 3rd round. And even in the 2nd round, he talks about the passion and fire of a Brian Dawkins and the command and instincts on tape in college of a Ray Lewis. Not the size and the strength of a Ray Lewis, the instincts and command of a Ray Lewis, the passion and fire of a Brian Dawkins. But this is now the hype leading up to this 2023 season in Nakobe Dean. And as much as I like hearing it, I don't like people comparing players to Hall of Fame people. I think that is disservice to the Hall of Fame player. And if Nakobe Dean is really, really good, but not Ray Lewis good, I'm still happy. You know what I mean? Because Ray Lewis was a Hall of Famer. So I do think that there's going to be a lot asked of Nakobe Dean. I believe he's going to fill the role we need him to with this defensive line and his secondary. I think he's going to be side to sideline smart, instinctual, quick to the ball. But I hate when people go as far as that, right? Because it also gets taken out of context, right? You got people on Twitter talking about Eagle fans are saying that, or Eagle fans are talking about an article that says Nakobe Dean's going to be Ray Lewis. No, the command and the instincts remind him, according to Ray Didinger, a Hall of Fame scout or whatever. I'm a sports writer, whatever. You know what I mean. But, of course, Cowboy fans are going to try to throw that in our face, blah, 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 blah. Last but not least, I just want to say thank you. I feel a lot better today. But the reason it's day 3 with no video, well, on my 3rd day, I'm posting a video, is because I was super sick. But shout out to all the love I got, all the likes, and shout out to everybody who wished me to get better or pray, all that stuff. Just going to go through it. Shout out to everybody who's on the screen. Get better soon. Sending good vibes. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Prayers. Sending healing vibes. Shout out to all you guys. Get well, Philly Mike. Take your time. We not going anywhere. Get well, bro. Shake back, bro. Shout out to everybody who put the prayer emoji, the muscle emoji, or said get well. I appreciate y'all. And we back. Dang, I thought I could go the whole show without coughing. Until next time, leave your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. I need to hear from you. Hit the like button if you haven't already. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Make sure you're checking out the YouTube shorts. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.